Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. Today's video, we are going to share over 20 super easy essential tips to save money on your food bill now. These are all things you can start doing immediately, and I promise if you follow these tips, you will see a reduction in the amount of money you spend on your food. So let's get right into this video. We are going to be talking about tips verbally. We're going to get into the food store and we're going to show you visuals of what we're talking about. And we're going to get into the kitchen and we're going to show you a super frugal, economical meal. Just sit back, relax, and let's get right to it. Get those paper and pencils ready, and let's start with number 1. The first thing you're going to want to do before you head out to the food store is check to see what you already have in your home. Nothing worse than getting to the food store and saying, do I have milk? Do I have eggs? Do I need bread? Visually, look at your refrigerator, your pantry, and figure out what you have before you go. Number 2, you're going to want to have a budget and a list before you head to the food store. Another thing you don't want to be doing is just wandering aimlessly up and down the food store aisles. Why? Because then we can give in to those impulse food buys. Oh, well, this looks good. Stick to your list, stick to your food budget, take a calculator if that helps, and add up the items as you're going to make sure you're not going over budget on non-essential purchases. Number 3, eat before you go food shopping. I know you have heard this a million times, but it is true. What happens if our bellies are not full before we go into a food store is we look at items that we normally wouldn't buy and think, wow, that looks really good. But 9 out of 10 times, it just looks good at that moment. Those bag of chips, that extra package of cookies. So make sure you eat a really healthy meal before you go food shopping to make sure you cut down on those impulse purchases. Number 4, please don't buy food that you don't eat or your family doesn't eat just because it is on sale. That would be not only a waste of money, but a waste of food as well. Make sure the sale items fit into your meal plan. There's something you love, something you want to eat, and then they become a great bargain. Now we're going to turn the camera around and get inside the food store. So for number 5 through, I think, number 18 or so, we're going to show you visually some more great tips and hints on what to buy, what not to buy, and how to compare prices to save the absolute most amount of money. So let's get into the food store. Number 5 is buying whole produce instead of cut up produce. Here we have cut up carrot sticks, less than a pound, and you're paying $3.35. 2 pounds of whole carrots, you're only paying $1.99. Same thing with the celery. Cut up celery, you're paying $4.47 for a little over a pound, or you can get a full pound of whole celery for $1.99 each. Number 6 is shop seasonally. It's St. Patrick's Day. Cabbage is 19 cents a pound. Stock up. Corned beef is $1.99 a pound. Learn to shop seasonally. Things that are on sale by season and save a ton of money. Number 7, skip the deli for cheeses. Look at the prices, $10.99, $9.99. Instead, head to the dairy department, buy a block of cheese that is on sale, slice it thin, shred it, and use it on sandwiches and in cooked recipes. Number 8, buy generic or store brand if possible. Quaker Oats, $7.69. The exact same package, store brand, $3.99. Cheerios, $4.79. Store brand, $2.79. Number 9, stay away from pre-seasoned meat. Here we have chicken drumsticks, $2.99 a pound because they're seasoned. Fresh drumsticks drop down to 99 cents a pound without seasoning. Beef top brown, $6.99 a pound with seasoning, $5.49 a pound without the seasoning. Number 10, avoid the deli counter for your meat as well. Look at the price per pound. How about making your sandwich from a can of tuna? Or you can even roast an entire chicken, $1.49 a pound, and make chicken salad and sliced chicken. Freeze the rest. Number 11, swap out that microwave popcorn, $1.99 for 3 bags. Get instead a 4-pound bag of popping kernels, $4.39, and pop your own popcorn. Number 12, avoid the chip and snack aisle if possible. This is one of the most tempting and expensive aisles. Try to avoid it. Number 13, the same goes for the soda aisle. If you can, skip it. Have a cold glass of ice water with lemon. Number 14, please don't buy your greeting cards in the food store. Head to Dollar Tree where you can get 2 for $1. You will pay full price for these cards at the grocery store. Number 15, skip paper products. Please try to find a non-disposable alternatives. Use cloth napkins, use real plates, use real cups and glasses. It will literally save you a small fortune. Number 16, always check for the latest date on perishable items. These 2 items were right next to each other and had a 3-day difference. Always grab the later date. Number 17, watch out for those convenience foods. $3.99 for a 2-pound bag of French fries, or $2 for a 5-pound bag of potatoes. That is a substantial savings on the fresh potatoes. Number 18, avoid those magazines at the checkout. I could not believe the prices. Some of these magazines were $14.99. Women's Day was $4.99. I remember when it was $1.50. Go to your library. You have all the magazines you need for free there. We hope that was helpful to actually see the visuals that went along with the tips. Sometimes those aha moments really come when you can see visually what someone is trying to explain to you. So the number 19 tip is what is called the Too Good To Go app. Now, this is not a sponsored video. I am going to link the video down below where we explained in detail, in full, the Too Good To Go app. And I'll also put it at the end of this video. What it is basically is an app you put on your phone where you can purchase food from local restaurants, local delis, local bakeries that they are going to throw out at the end of the day. Basically, you're saving food that's going to end up in the dumpster. And we love this app. But we use it mostly for our baked goods. Now, yes, I do make my own bread, but there are some times when it's nice to just have a bunch of bagels in the freezer or some muffins. And these prices are so low, it is definitely worth it to check them out. So we did a Too Good To Go order the other day. We're going to show you exactly what was in that order and how we use some of the items to incorporate them into our meal plan. So let's look at this order and then get right into the kitchen. So we just picked up a Too Good To Go app order. This was $5.99. It is a local bagel place deli that just is now starting to offer Too Good To Go. So we have not even looked in these bags. We're going to see what is in here. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of bagels. Let's open this up, see how much we have. Okay, so right off the bat, we have 16 deli bagels. And these are soft. You can see that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Then the girl handed me another bag. And I said, this is all together? She said, yes, this is everything. We have a croissant. Oh my goodness, a giant muffin, another giant muffin, another croissant, and another giant muffin. This was all for $5.99. We will share it with my son, with family. We're going to be freezing a lot of these bagels. Again, I encourage you, this is the way to get some good quality products, food, before the business throws them out. This is the way to do it. $5.99. I'm just starting this simple, easy recipe by frying up 4 pieces of thin sliced bacon until it is nice and crisp. We opened our Too Good To Go bag. 2 of the items they gave us were croissants, and I didn't just want to use the croissants like toast them with jelly. Not that that wouldn't have been wonderful, but I wanted to incorporate them into our meal plan. What a better way to use some croissants than in a grown-up bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Just taking ingredients we have on hand and creating a gourmet sandwich. First thing we did was we fried up our bacon. Then we gathered some ingredients. I got some beautiful romaine lettuce that we had in the home, a Roma tomato. Now, anyone that says, oh, Roma really should be used for cooking, they're perfect for eating. They're perfect on a sandwich or in salad. Then we took some of the cheese we got in Lancaster. I think this is Colby Jack. We're going to put a little bit of that on it. We've got some peppercorn medley. We've got some good mayonnaise. And we are going to create a simple but delicious frugal meal. So first thing I'm going to do is slice these croissants, and then I'm going to take the cheese, slice it thinly, and we're going to broil it so the croissant warms and the cheese melts. Just thinly sliced, only 1 of those little pieces of cheese, and that is more than enough. I'm going to stick this under the broiler just for a few seconds, minutes. We just want to toast this and melt this cheese. We put the croissant with the cheese under the broiler for just a minute. Cheese got melty. We toasted the croissant a little bit. Now I'm just going to take some mayonnaise, put it on the other side, a bowl of soup, or even just this as a light lunch. Perfect, frugal, delicious meal. We're using what we got in our Too Good To Go bag as not only just bread products, but to incorporate it into our meal plan. I'm going to take a little peppercorn medley, put that on top of the mayonnaise. And now we have our very crispy bacon. We used the thin bacon, and I made us each 2 slices, just so you get a little bit of bacon in every bite. Put that right on top of the cheese. Paul sliced the tomato beautifully. We have our lettuce leaves are washed. We're going to take our tomato, lay it on top of the bacon. We elevated the sandwich by adding the cheese and the croissant and the pepper. Now we're going to take our lettuce, put that on top, put the top on. Now, I don't know anyone who would say no to this at dinner time, at lunchtime. Number 20 would be keep mealtime simple. Use good ingredients and keep it simple. Did you ever see how much a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich cost in a deli or in a restaurant, diner type place? It's a crazy amount of money. And we just created a gourmet, above the top, delicious sandwich for lunch, dinner, easy, frugal. After we looked at everything, we paid $5.99 for that entire little haul. It came out to be about 28 cents an item. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. So please look into that app. Again, I will explain the app in full in the video link down below and at the end of this video. Check it out. Again, it's not sponsored. It's just something we believe in. It's saving food that people are going to throw away, and it literally costs you a minimal amount of money. Tip number 20. Eat as many meals as you can in the home. You will save on your food budget if you just create good, wholesome meals at home. Skip the drive-thru, skip the restaurants, leave the restaurants for really special occasions or special events. You'll appreciate them more, and you'll also realize how good your own cooking really is. Number 21, we're going to really encourage you to cook from scratch. Use as few convenience items as you can when you cook your meals. It will save you so much money. It's healthier for you. Look at foods that have one ingredient. And if you can go along with those one ingredient foods to cook from scratch, you will make amazing meals. If you go to our homepage on YouTube, Frugal Money Saver, you are going to find playlist after playlist of recipes, appetizers, desserts, main meals, side dishes, etc. If you can start cooking from scratch more and more, those ingredients will cost you less and your food will taste so good. Number 22, if you worry about buying too much produce, let's say you're only a family of 1 or 2, what you can do is just buy less produce, which is really what we are starting to do. I don't buy a bag of apples because Paul doesn't really care for apples, only I do, so I'll buy 2 or 3 for the week. He loves oranges, I love oranges, so I'll buy the big bag of oranges. And if you don't want to go that route, think frozen vegetables as well. Frozen vegetables are great. They flash freeze them. And then this way, you pull the bag out of the freezer, use what you need, whatever small amount, and then put them back in the freezer for next time, no waste. And that is easier, I'm sure, if you're a smaller family or by yourself. And finally, number 23, before you walk out of that food store, check your receipt. Pull your carriage to the side, or as some of my southern friends call it, which I didn't even know, buggy, I think you guys call the carriage that you put your food in, which I love that word. Pull it to the side and look at your receipt. Make sure you were charged correctly for the items you bought. Make sure the amounts are correct. If you bought 4 apples, you weren't charged for 6 or 5. Always take a moment and check, because going home and then seeing, oh no, they overcharged me for something. Now you have to hold on to that receipt till next time, or you'll say, forget about it. I'm not even going to worry about it. This way you check it then, you bring it right to the courtesy desk and have them fix it for you. Now, of course, with any of these tips I give you, you take the best ones that work for you. If you have mobility issues or strength issues or whatever it may be, some of these tips may not work for you. You do what works for you. We say that all the time. These are just suggestions. These are the ways we save money, but not all of them may work for you. Pick out the golden nuggets and use those. Today's question of the day, I bet you can guess what it is. What is your number 1 top tip to save money on food? So share with us down below your number 1 tip to save money in the food store. We thank you so much for spending this time with us. We ask that you please give this video a big thumbs up. It helps us so much. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on in. Be part of our frugal family. We would love to have you. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.